Hey, happy Monday, everyone. Hope you are doing well. Today is Cinco de Mayo here everywhere actually, but here in San Diego, it is celebrated. And just to make things clear, it is not Mexican Independence Day. Cinco de Mayo is the Battle of Puebla, where the Mexican army defeated the French army, and it paved the way for to expel the French from Mexico. So it is a celebration that is observed in Mexico by the government as a defeat, as a victory. But here in the U.S., it's more celebrated. Actually, people, they have celebrations. They go out and they dress up, and it's more than Mexican Independence Day, but it's not Mexican Independence Day. Anyways, this is In the Raw, unscripted, unpracticed, unedited conversation. We've been speaking about synergy, and we've been talking about what it means. It means synergy is the power to bring together forces to create a bigger force. And we've been talking about the different things that are required to produce synergy. And the last time we talked about the strength of vision, and we said that it's important to have vision, and that Jesus provides that vision. He is the head of the body, and as Paul describes, and uses the analogy of a body, and he says, Christ is the head of the body, of the church, and then the whole body is the church or the people, right? And so the vision is given by the head, what we need to do, what we need to, where we need to go, and what is our purpose. That's the vision. And the second thing that is required to produce synergy is the strength of function. The strength of function. And Paul writes to the Corinthians, chapter 12, verse 27, and says, "Now you are Christ's body, and you are members of it, each part with its own place and function." So he's saying that as part of the body, there's different functions. Everybody has their own place. And Thomas Edison once said, "The chief function of the body is to carry the brain around." And when you think about it, he was profound with that statement. The body's main function is to carry Jesus everywhere. I mean, speaking spiritually, right? And, Paul says that the body has many parts, and those many parts come from one body. He goes on to say that each part has its own function, its own purpose, its own reason to exist. And let me illustrate this with the wonders of the human body. I've read about this, I've studied this, and it's just always fascinates me, and it still amazes doctors and scientists. New discoveries on the human body are still being made despite thousands of years of medical knowledge. And here's a few interesting facts that are interesting. Did you know that your heart beats an average of 100,000 times per day? Wow, every day, 100,000 times. Impulses to and from the brain travel as fast as 170 miles per hour through our nervous system. So, when our toe hurts, we immediately know that because of how fast those impulses travel. There are over 60,000 miles of blood vessels throughout our body. Just to put that in perspective, the distance around the earth is 25,000 miles. That's over double of that inside our body in terms of blood vessels. Did you know that the liver has more than 500 functions? Your feet have more than 500,000 sweat glands. Your nose can remember about 50,000 different scents. And you use about 200 muscles to take one step. And this is only a fraction of how and what makes up the human body. Fascinating. And I don't know if Paul knew all of this about the body, but he understood that the body has many different functions, and each one is necessary. And he explains that in the same chapter 12 of 1 Corinthians that I read, and in previous chapters. He explains in detail why the body has different parts and with a function, and yet they're all these parts are part of one body. And this is the main point of all of this. We have different functions, but we are part of one body. If we can understand this, we can achieve many great things for, in our life, in the kingdom of God, and anything we do. This can be the weakest point in any organization when somebody tries to do somebody else's function and not the one that they are good for, that their natural function. Or even worse, when someone becomes so involved in their function that they start believing that others are not important, and they start to eliminate them. But Paul says this to the Romans: be of the same mind toward one another. Do not set your mind on high things, but associate with the humble. Do not be wise in your own opinion. So we must function as one body, yet each of us must do our individual part if we're going to try to synergize and achieve more. So the question is, what is your function? Maybe you're a hand. So don't try to do what the nose does, trying to remember 50,000 different scents. Do what is expected of the hand and do it well. Everyone that is part of a body must have a function, right? In order to synergize. Remember, we have the same mission. We all carry the brain around. We all carry Christ. If you're not functioning, you will be like dead skin cells. Millions of them are shed from the body every day. So we need to make sure that we are functioning as a body. All right. Well, I hope you have an amazing day, an amazing week. It's the beginning of the week, and we will talk to you soon.